Welcome to your number one channel on YouTube where you get to learn about leadership, communication, and networking. My name is Dapo Ibrahim and I'm the host of this channel. If this is your first time joining us on this channel, I want to thank you for joining us and I want to bid you welcome. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button. That is one of the main, way to help us to grow this community. So if you're not yet subscribed, please click on the subscribe button. It's going to help this channel a lot. It's going to help this community grow a lot. And like as I mentioned in the beginning, this channel is solely focused on helping its community member grow in aspects of leadership, communication, and networking. And also share this video for all of your friends to see. That way you're not being selfish about growing, because each one teaches one. Okay, that's one way to help build the community, to make the community strong. Each and everyone needs to help each other. We need to help each other to grow as a community. We need to support each other's growth as a community. And this video today is titled 7 Key Reasons Why 99% Won't Succeed. And I'm super excited to share this video with you all. I'm super excited to be spreading this message. And also, I just want to let you know that this video is so true, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's only about 1 to 2% of people watching this video that would actually focus on what I'll be sharing, on the message that I'll be sharing. So if you look around you, you would see that a lot of people are going through stuff. And one thing I would like to clarify right from the beginning of this video is that success might mean different things to different people. We all have different perspectives of what we call success. Okay, we all have a different point of view with regards to what we refer to as success. So being successful might mean something different to different people. However, there are some similarities in the value of success. There are some similarities in what successful people do, and there's some similarities in what people that fail over time do. And that is the central focus of this video. By the way, if you are watching, if you're joining us again, welcome. And I would like you to comment what part of the world you are tuning in from, because I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate you for joining me on this platform. I appreciate you for watching this video. So I would like you guys to comment what part of the world you guys are tuning in from before I start going deep into this video. By the way, I have a link in the description below to my online store. If you really want to support this channel, please go visit my online store and buy some things, buy some merches, and share the pictures with me. And also, if you're not yet connected with me on Instagram, I love connecting with my people. I love connecting with members of this community online. So my Instagram link is also in the description button. My Instagram, by the way, is at Dapo Ibrahim TV, and also my all other social media, that's Twitter, LinkedIn, anything else that's out there. I try to get on all this social media thing, but it's becoming too much that I'm about to just focus on maybe 2 or 3 of them and just keep working on those ones. But the thing is, as the world keeps growing, we also need to keep adapting. So 7 key reasons why 99% of people won't succeed in life. If you're joining us in this video, welcome. Appreciate you. Do not skip. Make sure you watch this video until the very end. And after the 7th reason, if you stay until the very end, I have 2 bonuses that I will be including. And those 2 bonuses will specifically for those who stay till the end of the session. Yeah, 2 bonuses. So without wasting anyone's time, I'll dive straight into it. The number 1 reason why 99% of people won't succeed is lack of focus. A lot of people don't have focus, and it's not a satanic thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not a devilish thing that you don't have focus. It's just a human thing, because the human mind is vast. The human mind is like a universe on its own, with billions of things going on, billions of stars, billions of thoughts, billions of imagination. You could wake up right now and you have things going on through your mind. It's just information's going on in your mind. And now we live in a world that bombards you with so many things at the same time. That's why people have just on your cell phone, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, and everyone is bombarding you with information, with news, with promotions, with activities, with so many things. So it becomes difficult for people to focus on one thing. And that is a very huge problem. And that is just like focusing on one aspect of your life. Now, the problem with that is it accumulates over time. Now, when you don't focus now and you do it in 1 week, and then you do it in 1 month, and you do it in 1 year, and that is how people crash over time, because they realize how much time they've wasted over time. Because lack of focus would always lead to time wasting, and you would therefore waste your purpose. So when people don't have focus, they don't work on their purpose in life. So the number one thing is lack of purpose, lack of focus, which eventually leads to time wasting and not fulfilling your purpose in life. So that's one thing you want to look into. And you need to ask yourself this question: am I a focused individual? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing at a single point in time? Am I where I'm supposed to be? And if I'm not focused, what am I doing to improve myself? Okay, focus is powerful. All right, when you're a focused individual, you're a powerful individual, because you like this. You have like a tunnel vision towards your future. All right, it's just like the power of the sun. Imagine the power of the sun. When you go out there, you feel the sunshine on your body, right? And you see the sunshine on the grass, and it lightens, it feeds the grass. But when you grab a magnifying glass and you put it under the sun, it forms a laser light that burns the grass, which means when you focus the power of the sun using a magnifying glass, it becomes something else. It becomes a laser light that burns through stuff. So that is just an example of what focus can do. You see, that's why you see so many people doing so many things, and over the years they don't achieve a lot of things. But then when you see someone that does just one thing over the years, you see that they have a track record of success over time. All right. And that is one of the downsides of being multi-talented. I've seen a lot of people that can do so many things, and it now leads to them not knowing what to do in life because they're so good at so many things. Now, there are some people that can do so many things and they can still, and they still handle business. All right. I'm not saying you doing so many things is a bad thing, but not everyone can handle doing so many things at the same time. Now, if you are not one of those people, why are you trying to become what you're not? So you need to have an overview of your life and look into areas where you're not being focused, or look into areas where you're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, and cut it off and focus on things that you're supposed to be doing. One of the board meetings that I've been to, and the CEO of the board meeting said something when everyone sat down, and he was like, now that we know where we're going, what are those things that we don't need on this journey so we can drop the dead weight? And that was so powerful. I was like, oh my God, how many dead weights do we have that with us are we carrying around with us? A lot of people move around with dead weights. So you want to drop the dead weight and just focus on what you need on your journey in life. Focus is very important. If you don't have focus, you will just be doing so many things. And that is why I also said you need to watch this video until the very end. You don't want to skip this video because I have important information that will transform your life. I guarantee that by the end of this video, you would be like a lion that's been loosed from a cage, just going after its vision. So make sure you stay until the very end of this video. All right. By the way, this mug, if you want to get it, you can also get this from my online store, link in the description below. So many things there that you could buy. Just check it out. And yeah, lack of focus is the very first point, very first reason why a lot of people won't succeed in life. The second thing is people don't have plans. And not everyone, but the majority of people don't have plans. I've seen people just wake up and they don't know what they're doing. They just wake up and jump on their cell phones and they spend the first 1 hour of their day on their cell phone. And now there's this psychological study that the moment you wake up and you jump on your cell phone, the light that comes from your cell phone is frying your nervous system. You're not training yourself to be creative. You're training yourself to become reactive. And now when you check your cell phone, if what you do when the first time you wake up, is to check your cell phone and start responding to social media and respond to email, you're training yourself to be responsive. You're not training yourself to be creative. You're being reactive. And you want to be in the position where you are being creative. You're being directive. Okay? So if all you do is just wake up and comment on posts and emails, that is very dangerous for your nervous system. So a lot of people do not have plans. You need to have plans. You need to have daily plans. You need to have weekly plans. You need to have quarterly plans. You need to have yearly plans. And what's the benefit of having a plan? A plan gives you a sense of direction. A plan, just like the first point that we mentioned, a plan helps you to focus. So when you don't have a plan, you don't have a sense of direction, you don't have a sense of focus, and you don't have a goal to achieve. So having a plan helps you over time. It helps you set your goals. It helps you to measure your goals, because you can only know that you're succeeding if you have measurable goals. And you could look over time and be like, okay, I had the goal of making $500 every week, and now I've been able to do that in the last 3 months. Now you can say, okay, I think I've succeeded here, so let me increase the goal. So just having a plan really helps you to keep track of everything that you're doing. It helps you to measure what you're doing. And if you can measure what you're doing, then that is a very good thing that would really help you, to succeed in life. A lot of people don't have ways of measuring things, and they do this over years. And that is why some people wake up at age 35, age 40, and then they realize they've wasted over a decade of their life. So the first step to having a good plan is writing down your goals. And there's something about writing it down. If you listen to a lot of teachers, a lot of top CEOs, a lot of motivational speaker, one of the first things they tell you is write down your goals. And there's a reason why they ask you to write down your goals, because there's a hormone. One of the explanations that they give us, there's a hormone in the human mind called the dopamine. And the dopamine is highly addictive. So when you smoke, or when you sniff drugs, or when you are like a sexual addict, like a sex addict, you are triggering your dopamine, and now your dopamine is controlling you to do stuff. You're now impulsive to it. Now the same procedure involved also takes place when you write down your goals. When you become addictive to writing down your goals and then checking the list, that okay, you've done this, it becomes highly addictive to the point where if you do something and you didn't write it down, and I think it was Simon Sinek that said this. They said he wrote it down. Oh no, he was supposed to like do, I think it was laundry, I believe. So he was supposed to do laundry, and he didn't write it down. And then he said he did the laundry, and after doing the laundry, he realized, oh, I didn't write it down. And then after doing laundry, he had to go back and write it down and then check it, because his dopamine, he had to trigger the dopamine and feel, the high that comes from you fulfilling your goal. So it's very funny. So it's you just, instead of being addicted to bad habits, or you being addicted to destructive habits, now you're being addicted to constructive habits that will help you over time. And that is the whole essence of having a plan, because a plan helps you to stay on track. A plan helps you to formulate a goal. A plan gives you a sense of direction, and a plan helps your focus. So it's important to have plan. And 99% of people walking around don't have plans. And that is why everyone is just reactive. If you tell them, do this, you see the majority just start running around and stuff. So it's very important to have a plan. That way you are like the author of your own life. You basically determine everything that happens to you. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know what when you're supposed to be doing it. You know how to help people out, because you could put things down into planning. You know how to help yourself. You know how to help your community. By having a plan, you become a better human being for yourself. You become a better human being for your friends. You become a better human being for your family. You become a better human being for your community as a whole. So be focused, have a plan. And then the next one is, and this is so true, okay? This is so true. 99% of people don't read books. Sometimes when I ask people, oh, do you read books? They be like, no, I don't like reading. I don't feel like reading. I don't know. I just don't like reading books. And in my mind, I'm like, if only you know how much you're killing your superpower. Reading is a superpower. Reading is a superpower on its own, if you can read, because reading requires effort. It requires intentional effort. You're exercising your brain, your sensory pathways, your neural pathways. You're exercising your eyes, and you're exercising your body. You're teaching your body basically self-discipline in that moment. So a lot of people don't read, and when you read, you become a better you become better at writing. Every time before I do my writing, because I'm a writer, before I do my writing, I go read, because when I read, it's like reading is like when you go to the gym and you exercise your body. Reading is like exercise for your brain. Okay? And the moment you exercise your body and your brain and you keep everything balanced, you become a better human being, a more fulfilled human being. You can tackle things. It makes you to think fast. It makes you to see things other people don't see. So when people tell me they don't read, I'm like, nah, you know you got to do something. It doesn't matter what you read. It doesn't matter how slow. It doesn't matter how fast. It's all about just doing it. A lot of people will say, "Oh yeah, I can get the same information from watching videos, or I can get the same information from reading, from listening to audiobooks." That is true, but none of these things compares to the traditional old form of reading. Because when you read, you're more logical. You know, your brain is active, your mind is fulfilled, your mind is active. You can exercise the muscle of your brain, you could expand. And one beautiful thing about reading is that when you read a book, you are exploring the mind of the author of the book. So if the author has a clear sense of direction, you also follow through with that clear sense of direction. In essence, every time you read a book, you are prying into the mind of the author, and eventually you are becoming the author. And that is why after reading multiple books, some people start talking like a specific author. If you listen to Jordan Peterson a lot, he has read so much Carl Jung's book that when he's talking, he just spills Carl Jung, you know, he spills Friedrich Nietzsche, spills Socrates, because he has read so much of their book. That is what happens when you read so many books. Um, Reading can be quite boring, and honestly, this is the part where a lot of people say, "I want to read interesting book," and I'm going to say, no, you do not read interesting books. You read books that will help you, whether or not it's interesting. And in most cases, you want to read something that's even boring, because you want to train yourself to find comfort even in the most uncomfortable situation. That is the whole point of reading. You're not reading because it's comfortable. You're doing it for your brain because it's uncomfortable. Because the best things that we can get in life comes from one of the most uncomfortable situations of our life. It's just like they say that diamonds are forged through fire. Okay? Gold is forged through fire. Every precious stone goes through a very crazy process, like a hell burning process. You know, you have to dig through the mud to find diamonds. You have to go all the way into the raw. So the same thing applies to us as human beings. That's why you have to beat yourself. That's why you have to go to the gym and break down, you know, to break down the fat and build muscles. Because, and in the process of doing that, you're working out, you're lifting weights, you know, you're doing things, you're moving your body. It's like you're punishing yourself. You see how boxers train? They throw the balls on their body to make their body tough, and to make them able to withstand pain, you know. So that's the whole point of reading. The same thing you do to your body, you're doing it to your brain. You do the most uncomfortable thing. You read things that are not super interesting, and you read it all the way till the end. Something just dropped in my mind. Yeah. So, when I'll go back to this. So you read the book all the way till the end in order to make sure, excuse me, in order to make sure you are training yourself to follow through. Okay? You read the book all the way till the end. So don't be one of those people that say, "Oh, I can watch it on a video, I can listen to audiobook, or I read summary, or I will get, you know, whatever." Every time you find a book, regardless of the number of pages, if it's 100 pages, 200 pages, and you read it from front to back, you are training yourself to go through the process. You're training yourself to understand that this is life and I'm ready to pay the price. That is what you're telling yourself. Whereas the 99% of people are always looking for audiobooks and videos, and basically they're looking for shortcuts. And the moment you choose not to look for shortcuts, you distinguish yourself from every other person in the world, because 99% of people are looking for the quick rich scheme, get rich scheme, quick, pyramid scheme. Everyone's looking for the shortcuts. How to get my bachelor's in 14 days, how to learn how to be a master um, filmmaker in 2 weeks, how to become a medical doctor in 18 days. People are always looking for the shortcuts to achieve bigger goals, ignoring the fact that those who are great at what they do were willing to pay the price. And the moment you choose to become the 1%er that are willing to pay the price, you automatically distinguish yourself. And that is the whole point of this video. If I drop the mic right here, I think I've done, I've fulfilled my job for the day. If I just stop talking from here. So read books, train your mind to go through uncomfortable situations, be willing to pay the price, do not look for shortcuts. And you could do this in an organized way. You can start by finding 6 important books that you want to read, and give yourself, if you are a super slow reader, give yourself 2 months to read 1 book. So in 1 year you read 6 books. That is fine, as long as you stick with the book from front to back. You're good. That means you're training yourself to go through the process and pay the price, regardless of how much long it takes. One key book I recommend that you take a look at is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Great book. It's going to really help you. From reading that book, you will be exposed to other possible books that you can read. Usually, I recommend books to people based on what they share with me. So if someone tells me, oh, I need books on on finance and how to improve my finances, I recommend books like The Investor. Some people tell me they don't have focus, so I recommend a book called Focus by Daniel Coleman. So it depends on, so if you have a situation that you have an aspect of your life that you want to improve on, you could comment below, and I can definitely recommend a book that would help you through that situation. So I don't just recommend books, I recommend books based on people's needs. So the next point that we'll be visiting is, and we're still on the same topic, 7 key reasons why 99% won't succeed in life. And if you're just joining us, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button. If you like this video, make sure you click the like button. And also, if you want your friends to learn a lot just like you're learning, please make sure you click the share button. Make sure you click the share button for every of your friends to have a look at these and also learn something powerful, because that is what we are doing as a community. We are learning, we are improving, we are increasing, and we are trying to help everyone, because like I said, this is one of the quote I heard from Denzel Washington. He said, each one teach one. We have to help each other grow. Enough of this, oh, I want to be on my own, I want to be isolated, I want to be this. And that would lead us to the next point that I'm going to talk about. The next point on why 99% of people won't succeed is that they don't water and strengthen their relationship. A lot of people don't know that building relationship requires effort. Building relationship is intentional. Building relationship is something that you need to hold yourself accountable for. And that is why, like we established before, a lot of people are so focused on the quick scheme things. And the same thing is applicable in relationship. It doesn't matter what type of relationship. It might be a love relationship, it might be a business relationship, it might be a spiritual relationship. A lot of people come into the relationship and They only focus on what will be their benefits. So they don't put in the effort to build that relationship. Okay, they don't put in the effort to build that relationship. So you want to take a look at the relationships that you have in your life and build on those relationships. Okay, build on those relationships. All right. So relationship is very vital. Relationship is very vital. I'm an ardent student of Bishop T.D. Jakes, and one of the key lessons that I've learned from him is that if your dream in life requires only you to work on it, if your dream, your purpose, your goal in life requires just you to fulfill it, then you're not dreaming big enough. You need to have a dream so big that you need to bring in a lot of people. Like, look, this is my dream. I need help. This is what you'll get from it. This is what you benefit from it. This dream is not just for myself. It's a dream to help the community expand. And then you start bringing people in. You start bringing people in. You start bringing people in. You have to dream so big that you just can't fulfill it until you grow into becoming that person that can fulfill that dream. And for you to grow, you need to be able to strengthen your relationship. You need to be you can't be childish about this. You have to be matured, you have to be purposeful, you have to be intentional. Bishop T.D. Jakes spoke about the 3 C's when it comes to relationship, when it comes to team building, or when it comes to leadership, when you're about to build your dream. He talked about people to look out for. That in your team you will have a confidant, you will have the constituent, and you have the comrades. The confidants are those that you can trust, those that you can be naked in front of them and they will still see you as they see you. No judgment. If you're doing something right, they will praise you. If you're doing something wrong, they will give you constructive criticism. And he said, if you have 3 of those in a lifetime, you're the most successful. You're one of the most successful people in the world, because people like that don't come easily. They don't come easily. Now, your constituents are those who are on your camp, on your team, because of what they benefit from it. So, regardless of the fact that they're just on your team because of what they benefit, that doesn't mean you discard them. That doesn't mean you don't need them. You just know them. You know those who are on the team because of what they will benefit from it. And then your comrade are those who are on your team because you share a common enemy. And you know what they say, that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So people like that, you have them. But the moment you become the enemy, then they see you as the enemy. So you need to understand there's 3 people on your team. And the problem arises when people confuse confidant for constituent and confuse confidant for comrades. So you need to, when you're building your relationship, you need to be able to identify between those 3 key sets of people in your circle. So relationship is very vital. Relationship is very important. You have to be intentional. You have to think about, you need to think beyond yourself and think about the other person in your relationship and think about what would benefit them. Think about how you can help them to grow. Probe them, ask them questions, ask them, what can I do to help you? Ask them, how can you be of use to them? Ask them about their dreams and their aspirations. How can you help them grow? Oh, by the way, if you're watching this video, maybe after this live session, you can also click below and establish rapport with people in the comment section and ask them, how can you help them? And also talk about your dreams. Okay, so ask them, how can you help them to grow? It's very important because it shows that you're doing things because you care about people. You care about a relationship. You're doing things to water those relationships. You got to think about those relationships. It's so childish for you to think, oh, I don't need people. I don't need this person. I don't need. It's a very childish mindset, and people have it. Unfortunately, young people have the mindset, and older people have the mindset. But you can always distinguish yourself and be the better person, right? Be your best self. So yeah, the next point, I mean, the point we're on right now is, and that's with respect to 7 key reasons why 99% don't succeed, won't succeed in life. And the reason why that we're looking at right now is that they don't water and strengthen their relationship. They don't make the effort. And that is one of the whole points of this channel. Remember, leadership, communication, and networking. You need to be able to network with people because you have a big dream and you need people to help you with your dream. And one way to do that is to help people achieve the dream. One of my favorite lines from Dr. Jordan Peterson, is that it's a useful thing to be useful to people. It's useful unto you to be useful to people. A lot of people say things like, no, people are just users and I don't want them to use me. It's fine. You know why you're doing what you're doing. So it's fine to be useful to people. I had a boss once who used the heck out of me and he made millions. And a lot of people are like, yeah, he used you to do this. And I'm like, I'm fine with it because he gave me the opportunity to explore my talent. He gave me the opportunity to explore my abilities. He gave me the platform to be useful. And I'm glad I was able to prove myself to myself and also to the organization that, you know what, if you give me the resources, I am a useful human being and I can make things work. A lot of people will say, no, I'm leaving. No, I don't want him to use me, this and that. It doesn't matter. You know why you're doing what you're doing. And always remember, it's useful to be useful to people. Because at the end of the day, the dream you have would require more people. Because if your dream requires just you to fulfill, then you're not dreaming big enough. And that is why a lot of people won't succeed because people don't think in the broader perspective. People don't think about being useful to others. People always think about just what they can get. And that would lead us to the next point. And this is point number 5. By the way, if you're just joining, please comment what part of the world you are tuning in from. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button. That way you see more videos like this. And also that would help this channel grow beyond what it is currently. And I love and appreciate every single one of you. And the next point is that the next point on why people won't succeed in life is because they always want to take more than they are willing to give. And this is like an extension of the previous points where people don't water their relationship. People are always thinking about themselves. When you see people join any relationship or any organization, the first thing they're thinking of is, how much am I going to get paid? How much am I going to do this? When if you look at people getting into relationship, for example, you see them like, I need someone that can do this. 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 And they don't say anything about what they have to offer. They're only thinking about what they can get, what they can get. And a lot of people will say things like, oh, I'm practicing selfishness and self-care and this and that. So if you know that you're not going to add to my life, you're not going to add to my destiny, you're not going to make me improve, don't come around me. Like, it's okay, right? It's okay to have a list of those things. But what are you offering? Okay, what are you offering? Why is it that you have so much list of what you want from people, but you don't have a list of what you can offer. And in most cases, it's those who have no loyalty that talk like this. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with you having a list. It's a good thing to have a list of your expectations from people. But what is the thing that you are willing to offer? What do you bring to the table? Why should people have all this list checked out before they come at you? What's the unique thing about you? What makes you different from other people? So those are the things that people need to look into, because they always want to take more than they are willing to give. And this is not just one person, this is not just 10%, this is not just, it's about 98% of society that thinks like this. And that is why if you go carefully through this list, it's so easy for you to be outstanding into this world. It's so easy for you to shine into this world. It's so easy for you to succeed into this world, because a lot of people, the majority of people are in the 98%. It's only few people that are willing to stand out that you will find in the 2% or in the 1% in this case. So yesterday, or if you don't, I'm also a member of Toastmasters International. Where I've served as club president, I've served as vice president education, I've served as area director. So right now I am mentoring a club in my district. So I was having a meeting with the club leaders, and give me a second. So yesterday I was having a meeting with the club leaders of the club that I am mentoring. And they asked me a question as their club mentor, like, what can we do to make this club grow? And my response to them was, it's good that you're focusing on what you can do to make your club grow, but let us switch the question around to what can you, and I told them, you got to think about two things, because you want two things, right? In your club, two things. You want to recruit and you want to retain. You want to expand the number of your club membership. You want to increase your club membership rate. And you don't just want to increase it, you want to retain those that are already members of your club. And that is what we're all doing in life, by the way. We're recruiting. If you're out there if you start a company, you want to recruit the best people for your company. If you're single and you need a partner, you recruiting from a wide array of people. That's why you need to have that abundant mindset. If you want to achieve a goal and you sourcing out for team members, you're recruiting. So majority of what we do, we're all recruiting and working on retention. So I told them, you want to do the 2 R's, recruitment and retention. Okay? Recruitment and retention. But one thing is inherently missing. You haven't spoken about what your members will benefit from this. And so I highlighted things that they could do, things I've done in my club, because it was the club president that asked me. So I gave a list of things that I did when I was the VP, vice president education of my club, and things that I did when I was the president of my club that really helped transform my club. So by the way, when I joined the club had 22 members. By the time I was leaving, the club had over 40 members. So we did, we were able to double the number of club membership by the time I was leaving as the club president. So I gave them a list and I said, the central focus of what we did was we focused on what the members could benefit. Because if you give your members the notion, the idea, the mindset that they're only coming there to give, only coming there to give, only coming there to give, and there's nothing they benefit from coming all the time. They'll stop coming because there's no benefit. So I shared with them that in order to recruit and retain, you need to have a purposeful plan that focuses on what the members benefit, and they were able to see into it. So the same thing is applicable. Um, you need to always focus on what the other person can benefit. Okay. I've said this on multiple occasions on this channel that networking, for example, is intentional. If you want to network, for example, you have an idea and you want to recruit someone to help with that idea, and then you approach the person, and then you tell the person, oh, I have this idea, but this entire idea will benefit me, it's going to help me, it's going to help this company, it's going to do this. You think they will be a part of the idea? No. You need to let them see how it can benefit them. That's the whole point of networking. That's the whole point of networking. You need to be able to go out there and talk to someone new and let them understand how this whole thing can benefit them. And thinking about this point that on why 99% of people won't succeed, that they always want to take more than they're willing to give. You want to flip that around because now you have information. Okay, you have information. So you want to flip that around, and instead of talking about how it benefits you all the time, talk about how it benefits others. Talk about what people will gain from it. Talk about what or how it's going to transform their life. Talk about how it's going to transform the society. Talk about how it's going to transform the majority at large. Okay? Like I said before this point, that it's useful to be useful to others. One of the ideas behind that is if you can help someone achieve their goal, when these people are fulfilled, law of return, they also help you. You never can tell. They might have what you need to succeed in life, and they'll be the one who helps you in life. Okay, so always focus on what you can give and not just what you can get in any relationship or in any networking environment where you find yourself. And point number 6 on the 7 key reasons why 99% won't succeed in life. Point number 6 is they care too much about the opinions of others. Look around you today. People are so worried about what people think. That's the whole point of social media. Everyone is out there to get likes. Everyone requires people to validate them. Everyone cares about what people think. When you say something, people will say something like, oh, you can't say that. No, what do you think people will think? And people are living this fake life because they're just trying to please everyone. And the long-term effect of that is, one, you will never satisfy people in the long run. You will never, just to let you know, you will never satisfy people in the long run. And 2, you will never be happy with yourself in the long run because you did not live your life. You did not live a life that made you happy. Okay? So that is one reason that I've seen why people fail a lot. People fail so much because of the fact that they care too much about the opinions of others. And that's one trap you don't ever want to fall for. Okay? That's one trap you don't want to fall for. You want to do your thing and keep it at the back of your mind that whatever you do, people will always have their opinion, people will have their perspective, people will have their judgment. People will always judge you regardless. Okay, so a lot of people, 99% of people, care too much about the opinions of others, and that is why a lot of people won't succeed in life. And this is dangerous and disheartening because, like I said, one, you will never satisfy everyone in the long run, and two, you will never be happy with yourself in the long run because you lived your life for others, but you didn't live for yourself. You spent a larger proportion of your life trying to please everyone without thinking about your own life. So you need to be able to strike the balance between the two. You need to be able to create a balance and help people and help yourself and help people and help yourself. There has to be balance. Remember, like I said, it's useful to be useful to other people. And it's also useful to be useful to yourself. I'm not saying to be super selfish. I'm just saying help people, but also help yourself. It's important because you need to grow. Because sometimes people won't help you, no matter how much you help them, and you also need to help yourself. In the long run, people start paying it back because it's all about the law of sowing and reaping. When you plant the seed, for example, you're helping people, you're planting seed. Your seed doesn't grow immediately; it grows over time. So those are the kind of things that you want to focus on. All right. So one key mistake people make is they care too much about the opinions of others when they should have just do what they think is right in their guts. A lot of people, and this is so unfortunate because majority of people won't start a business because a lot of people think they shouldn't start a business. A lot of people will not marry who they want to marry because a lot of people think that's not the right person for them. A lot of people won't apply for a specific scholarship or a specific college because a lot of people think they shouldn't. A lot of people wouldn't say what's on their mind because they care about the opinions of others. A lot of people will constantly live in fear because they care too much about the opinions of others. That's such a dangerous cage to put yourself in. Okay? That's such a dangerous cage to put yourself in. But the good news is that's the whole point of this video, to make sure you are liberated, you are empowered, and you are like that lion that's been released from the cage, going after his goals, running after the gazelle, running after the zebra, because you now know the truth and you're now one of the 1%er who is highly focused, highly driven, highly inspired, highly motivated to go after their dreams. Okay? So do not care about what people think because people will always have their thoughts, people will always have their opinion. It doesn't matter. As long as you are happy with yourself, do you. That is the only way you will get into the circle of the 1%er who really fulfill their dreams in life. You need to get rid of fear of what people would think. You need to get rid of the thoughts of what would people think about what I'm doing. Just do what you have to do. Do what you believe is right in your guts. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for your community. Just go out there and do it. You got to completely disregard what people think. You got to turn down the sound, turn down the noise of the market. You got to be deaf sometimes. You have to be completely deaf to what people think. However, you need to have a circle of those whom you trust, maybe 2 or 3 people, 1 or 2 people, in fact, that you value their constructive feedback. You know that they have your genuine interest at heart And so you value their constructive feedback. Those are the people that you listen to and you consult them and you listen to them because you know that they have your genuine interest at heart. Okay? And then the final point, and don't you forget that we are talking about the 7 key reasons why 99% of people won't succeed. The final point, point number 7, is people don't want to take risk. A lot of people out there don't want to take risk. And so what happens? They don't take action. This is also like an extension of caring too much about people's opinion. If you look at the greatest people in the world today, they bet on themselves. I remember I was doing a table read with a few of my actors and actresses, and one of my actors, a very good friend of mine, very close friend of mine, like I've come to really, really, admire her courage, admire her sense of driven, and her, admire her passion. But then she told me, she said, make a film or write a script and look for money, look for people to invest in the script and this and that. And she kept saying all these things. And this was a very brilliant idea. And my response then was, now I like to invest in my film. There's nothing bad with looking for, by the way, there's nothing bad in looking for someone to invest in your film. But then I told her, I was like, I like to invest in my film because I like to bet on myself, and this is one thing a lot of people see. If people see that you are willing to bet on yourself, if people see that you're willing to take a risk on yourself, then people are like, okay. If you look at Elon Musk, for example, Elon Musk will just post a tweet today and the next day the stock market could go up or go down because they know that Elon Musk is willing to bet on himself. Okay, there is no difference between Elon Musk and you who's watching this video right now. The only difference is Elon Musk is willing to risk everything. Elon Musk became a millionaire at age 28. And then he took all of his millions and then reinvested it in another business because he's a risk taker. He's already a millionaire. A lot of people, once they see $1 million, when some people see $1 million, they'll be like, you know what? I'm okay for the rest of my life. I'm just going to keep this in my bank and you all can keep working. I think I'm set for life. They don't want nothing to happen to it. And I respect that. But some people will never even take any risk. And that is sad. If only you know how much you can achieve when you come out of that safety shell that you're covering yourself with. If you decide to just say, you know what? I don't give a fuck about being safe anymore. I'm just going to do what I believe is right. And I'm just going to do it. Okay? So when you break out of that safety shell, you just unleash the beast inside you. And then you just start going after your dream, regardless of what people think or what people say, or regardless of the outcome. You just take that risk. You will end up that you will be amongst the 1%er who would see their dreams come true. And that's it. That's just the secret of greatness right there. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, 7 key reasons why 99% of people won't succeed in life. The first point which we spoke about was lack of focus. The second point is they don't have a plan. The third point is they don't read books. The fourth point is they don't water and strengthen their relationship. The fifth point is they always want to take more than they are willing to give. The sixth point is they care too much about the opinions of others. And the seventh point is they don't want to take risk in life. Take note of all those points and start evaluating yourself. Look at the areas in which you've fallen short and start improving on yourself. It's not something that, it's not a day walk. It's not something that you can achieve in 24 hours. It's a lifetime process, okay? If you look at my previous video, I spoke about the game theory, the finite game and the infinite game. Life is an infinite game. You're not here to play the game of life and end it. You keep playing it until the end of your days. That's why you need to get into the infinite game mindset. So start evaluating yourself and start improving on yourself. Okay? And I remember I said if you stay till the end of this video that I'm going to have a bonus for you. 2 bonuses actually, 2 bonus points. So here are the bonus points. Bear with me. So bonus point number 1 is on why why people won't succeed in life is they don't have a strong belief in the higher power. A lot of people have read too much, have gotten so much information, so much technology information, so much science stuff that they stop believing in the higher power. You got to believe in the higher power to stay grounded. You got to believe in God. You got to believe in your God. And it's, if you choose not to believe in your God, that's fine. That's your choice. But when you have belief in the higher power, it strengthens you. It gives you the ability to withstand tough times. It gives you the mindset that, you know what, regardless of what you're going through right now, you would get through it. It gives you the ability to believe that even though people don't support you, you can still get through. Okay? So do not disregard the power, the higher power, or the impact of the higher power in your life. All right? And the second point is, I actually have 2 more points. All right. One of them is people do not have the finisher's mindset. I've seen this a lot. I've seen people just start something and then they just stop halfway across. It's a bad habit to have. It's a terrible habit to have. A lot of people do not have the finisher's mindset. You need to be able to, when you start something, you need to have to go through so much analytical decision making procedure, so much analytical, process for you to now say, okay, you know what, I won't complete this. But your mindset should be, once I start something, I have to finish it. And that is one thing the great people in this world do. Whenever they start something, they always, always, always finish whatever it is that they start. And that's one thing that you want to have. You make sure you always have a finisher's mindset. This is something that I will have to make a separate video on. And then the very last bonus point that I have for you guys is, a lot of people just don't have good communication skills. And that is the whole point of this channel, to help you become good leaders, great communicators, and great networking people. But a lot of people cannot really communicate their vision. A lot of people cannot communicate their goals. A lot of people cannot communicate their ideas because they just don't know how to do it. And that is one thing that the 1%ers have. If you see the 1%ers of this world, they are highly persuasive. They can persuade you to do anything. They can communicate their visions, their broad ideas, their goals. Steve Jobs was so good at this. You could read the entire book on Steve Jobs. He was highly persuasive. He can communicate his futuristic ideas to anyone, and people will just be able to visualize those ideas, and they will be more than willing to work with him. So that's the last point. And in closing the session, first, I'd like to thank you for staying up until the very end of this video. I hope you will be one of the 1%er that will take action. You will take all this information, process it, watch this video all over again, evaluate yourself, and start taking steps towards improving yourself. And if you want to keep improving yourself in leadership, communication, and networking, make sure you click on the subscribe button. It's very important. It's going to help this community expand. It's going to help this channel grow. And it's also going to help me as an individual, as a person. It will help boost my YouTube videos in the YouTube algorithm, that you guys really find my content vital. And yeah, just by subscribing to this channel, and it's going to really help a lot. So please click the like button, subscribe to this channel, and also please share this video for so many other people to learn from this video. And always remember to be your best self in every situation that you might find yourself. Until next time, when I'll be seeing you in my next video or my next live session. My name is Dapo Ibrahim, and I'm the host of this channel. Take care, everyone, and have an amazing week ahead. Bye-bye.